We're live, people. We're live. Welcome to another Toronto Hoop Talk live stream. My name is Alam. Today we're watching Pacers and Raptors. I'm joining the game about 5 minutes in. The Raptors are already down 10. The other team is shooting 4 for 5 from three. We've yet to make a three. Um, so some familiar feelings so far. Again, like I've only watched the first 5 minutes in passing, but I just watched Miles Turner score like a third chance point. It felt like I don't know if there was actually a second miss on that possession, but sloppy rebounding from the Raptors. Um, I come to you having missed the last game and missed a couple games last week. Uh, Oddly enough, when I miss games, they tend to lose, which maybe makes me feel like I should be here more often. But yeah, I missed the Spurs game, and that was a shitty game to miss. But I missed the last week's Celtics Bucks games, and I missed obviously last night's Magic game. So happy I missed all three of those. But yeah, people, life kind of occupied my time a little bit more than expected. This lasted a while, but what I will say is while I enjoy for the most part the opportunity to sit here and watch basketball with people, I am considering how I want to do the content. Because just truthfully, I watch this team sometimes, and I'd say maybe there was hype for like the first like couple weeks of the season, but after that like new season feel wears off, I found myself just settling into feeling like I don't actually care about these games that much. And that's kind of what happened last year. I think last year is when I wanted to initially start making content about basketball, and I attempted to try starting out the year, and it just didn't go well. Or like I just found myself not wanting to like continue doing it. So I kind of like put it on pause, and then I'd like do some videos here and there, whatever. Um but yeah, I I would stop because ultimately, like, the only purpose of me doing this is to like give honest or to create honest content and talk about things that I want to talk about. And like this year, I'm already starting to feel like I'm fading into how I felt about the team last year. So I'm considering changing up how content is done on this channel because like I'll be completely honest. I'm here because mainly because I missed yesterday's game, which I actually wanted to do, but I just like literally work took up my time. I actually kind of don't care about this game too tough. I'm mainly here because I missed yesterday's and I don't want to miss two games in a row. But I'm considering kind of doing a different kind of live stream during games because these live streams that I've been doing so far this year have primarily been based on the games themselves and what's going on. And I don't know too tough if I want to keep doing that because the games aren't even like dope like that or something worth watching. So I might just pivot towards doing like more conversational based stuff on the channel during games. So I don't know if you guys necessarily like follow, but like we would be having conversations about stuff team related and the game's on. And if the game is captivating, the conversations can flow into that. But if not, we have other shit to talk about. Cause like we're down 12 right now to Indy. And as I say that, it was almost 14. I guess not really like I particularly love the idea of talking about this game for this long. Shout out to Time to Shine. Um, Grim is the right word. Grim is a very good way of describing what's going on. This team is grim, and like the thing is, I'm not even like the most traditional sports fan in the sense of like, oh, I need my team to be championship caliber, or I'm angry. There's actually a lot of different things I can find joy in sports, and like I've said this before, but like I actually don't mind. I guess in the North American sports model, cheering for a young team with talent, with potential, and kind of like picking up from like the beginning of the rise into being a serious team and just kind of enjoying the fun but bad basketball that can happen during that time. I actually enjoy that because there's stuff I can hold on to and make the most of in terms of my fan experience. Where we're at right now is easily like one of the small handful of teams you could possibly have that I can't find any joy in. I can't find a whole ton of joy in a team that really doesn't have a present or a future. Like, it's the thing, right? You could have that's the you could be a championship caliber team that has a present but doesn't have a future, because that's what the Raptors 2019 team was basically. We had Kawhi on a rental, we had a pretty sick present, we basically didn't have a future, right? Of course, there's ways you can enjoy that. You could have a team that, like I said, what I was describing before, just a bunch of young talent on the rise. You could have no present but a future. We actually just have none. We have nothing. Um, so it's just like, what is like? I'm trying to grasp onto things, and if you're gonna put us in a position where we have nothing, can you, at the very minimum, at least give us entertainment? Even that, the answer to that is no. I'm with you, but sooner rather than later, people can't pay what they pay to watch these games at home. That is a very, very sobering and real thing to consider. People have to invest. People have to invest time and money into following this team. And like I said, like, I wanted to invest my time following the team last year in terms of making content, and I just literally got to a point where I could not be bothered. And I can feel myself slipping into that. So, like I said, people, we're probably going to get a fresh new approach to the content at some point, because I got to find something else to do. The series that I want to do is like, so basically doing a different stream for a bunch of different people in the organization and looking at kind of profiling them from start to finish. So, like, this person's history with the Raptors, or their history as whatever they are, flowing into their present, and kind of how that looks for the future. So, like, there would be one stream on Masai Ujiri. There would be one stream on the coach. There would be one stream on Siakam. There would be one stream on Scotty Barnes. And then after that, there'd probably be a stream on OG. Then after that, you'd have to start bunching people together. So, like, then you could look at it like Grady, Gary Trent, Precious Achua, like, just the players that technically have a lot of runway for development ahead of them, and kind of just like, again, there'll be less to talk about, so you'd have to start bunching people together. Chris Boucher, Otto Porter, Thad Young, and basically just go from top to bottom, everyone in the organization, assess essentially where they are as an asset to the organization, and turning that conversation into what they are for the future. And by the end of that, like, stream series, I think you'd have a very good idea of exactly what we have. Is there an eject button for all of them? Regrettably, there's not. But, like, not to spoil the content too much, but, like, a big part of the conversation I would have for Masai Ujiri is that if you look at his history, he's never built a team from the ground up. And it really shows with how he's built the Raptors team, or he's attempting to build the Raptors team from the ground up, because, like, surprisingly or unsurprisingly, depending on how you look at it, it looks like a team that's, it looks like a person that's doing something for the first time. 99% of the things, or 99% of the time that somebody does something for the first time in any context, it tends to not go too well. Humans rarely just walk into stuff. Oddly enough, Masai Ujiri stepped into the Denver Nuggets job, where he had Carmelo Anthony on his hands and the task of trading Carmelo Anthony. So he built a team that I think won about 56, 57 games and got to, I think, a Western Conference Finals. But he built it off trading Carmelo Anthony. That's not building a team from the ground up. That's essentially walking into a workable situation and doing well with it, right? And you have to give him credit for that. He leaves Denver to come to Toronto. He walks into a Toronto team that had just traded for Rudy Gay. So what does he do? He actually attempts to blow it up. He attempts to strip the team of all of their, like, win now assets and start young. But after trading Rudy Gay, the team messes around and makes the playoffs. And from that point onwards, he kind of just, like, built from there. The point is like, Masai's always walked into a situation where he's been able to, at worst, build from the middle. And with the position that leaves him in is he's somebody with absolutely zero experience of building from the bottom up. And it shows. It shows because he has I think he's had two ideas that have failed that he has to learn from. The first idea is that you can compete at a decent level and develop young talent at the same time. Um, because the thing is, I'd argue while we were winning, there wasn't any like special talent that we developed, right? Like while we had Lowry and DeRozan, we were able to develop role players. Developing role players is different than developing like key pieces to a team. I think it's a little tougher and requires a little bit more care and requires a little bit more patience in to actually develop like meaningful pieces to the team. So in kind of trying to apply the same approach that he did to develop guys like Norman Powell, um, Fred Van Vliet, again, pre 2019 Fred Van Vliet, pre 2019 OG Anunoby, right? Those versions of those players and developing those guys, like taking that same approach and trying to do it to players like Scotty Barnes. Um, yeah, I just don't think that approach has proven to be correct. And then the other thing that I think has failed, obviously, was like Vision 6-9, which I think is like, I mind you, I think neither of the failures are necessarily an issue. I just think that once you fail, you have to learn and move on. And the reason why I think that's big is because I think patience is running thin. So the time to move on is now because the process has to begin to building off of what we are like where we're at. And if it doesn't, it's delaying the inevitable, which is wasting people's time, and that's when people start to get fed up. So while I went on that rant about kind of the state of the Raptors, it's a 5-point game, 28-23, 2:50 to go in the first. We got the bulk of the starters in. Otto Porter checked into the game, I think. I don't think he started. He's done some good things. He had a corner three. But yeah, that's where we're at, people. That's where we're at. 2:30 to go, 30-23. Siakam with the ball goes left around the screen, tries to kick it to the perimeter, but the pass is tipped out of bounds. We got a big shift change here. About 4 subs at the same time, it looks like. OG is back in the game. Malachi is in the game. Who else? Who was the other sub? Gary Trent dribbles the clock out. It is a 24-second violation. Why did OG get pulled so early? Whatever. So OG's already been subbed in and out of the game. Siakam running the court off a miss. Scotty sets up Gary Trent open from 3. Hits not any part of the rim. Offensive rebound for Siakam, gets the job done. 5-point game again. But yeah, the content is going to change on this channel. I definitely can't sustain what I've been doing on the channel from this point onwards. The vibes are not good enough. The games are not enjoyable enough. And I definitely want to open up the possibility of just having other things to talk about, because I think there are a lot more important things and more fun things to talk about. Pascal's not given credit for an and one there. Scotty with the ball. Alley-oop from Pascal to Scotty. I thought he may have missed that, but he was fouled. I mean, like, I was scared he missed that on his own because it was a good look, but he was fouled. Another instance of Scotty looking like a dangerous roller. He really just does have such a unique skill set. And that's like, I think that's what I would that's what I would talk about. And if the people watching weren't here, maybe about 10 minutes ago, I was talking about a series I want to do, kind of talking about all the main figures we have in the franchise. Um, but yeah, like the stream about Scotty would basically be talking about how like we need to, we don't have a better direction as a franchise than like committing to getting the absolute best out of Scotty Barnes. There's really not a bunch of different avenues we could take that are better than that. Um, so the thing is like we have to commit to getting the absolute most out of him. Now, what does that look like? I think the tricky thing is the fact that Scotty isn't like the typical archetype of a player. He's really unique. Um, yeah, he's really unique. You can't really box him into any other player. There's no blueprint for what his game should look like. So part of that is being experimental, having an open-minded coach, and I think we have that, by the way. But then also just having the right skill set around him, having the right pieces around him that can kind of like enable him to do all of the weird, quirky things that he can do. Because like there's a bunch of like random center things that I think he does pretty well. Obviously, there's like the ball handling stuff that he's shown the potential to be able to do as he gets older. But yeah, we need to find the right players and the right coach to get the absolute most out of him, because there's just not a better direction that we can go as a that we can what's it called, pivot to as a franchise. But it's the end of the first quarter, people. It's an 8-point game, 35-27. The Pacers are up. So a lot of people were asking the question. The Raptors had a terrible defensive day against a Magic team that is not a particularly strong team offensively. They're now going up against the Pacers, who are a very strong team offensively. Are they going to be able to hold up defensively? Are they going to step up? Are they going to suffer the same fate? 35 points given up in the first quarter. We are on pace to give up 140. The answer is no. We're going to get we're looking like we're going to get smacked around on that side of the court again. And again, that's just that's the discouraging thing to see, because you can watch us struggle offensively and just know what the deal is, because we're just resigned to the fact that like we're gonna have our struggles on that side of the court. But to see us look woeful defensively is a very bad sign, because it's not something that there's no excuse for it, really. But again, just like it's tough. But if they were to have back-to-back awful defensive performances against Orlando and Indiana, right? That would be jarring. And again, for people that weren't here during my last stream, which was Sunday against Detroit, one of the things I was talking about was that we lost to Milwaukee and Boston. And that's fine for the most part, because we understand where we are in relation to Milwaukee and Boston. However, when that happens, you have to bounce back from it. And the opportunity I thought was there. Again, you have Detroit, a team you should look at and say, we're head and shoulders above them. And that happened on the court. But then we should look at teams like Indy and Orlando and say, look, we should be either at their level or above them in terms of what we should be. And then you look at the rest of the schedule past these teams, it's a bunch of situations like that, to where, like, if anything, we're in the same tier as these teams. And to start that run, obviously, like after a great win against Detroit with such two just bad losses, like the runway is set for, if a bad stretch against all the teams that you're supposed to be in the same tier and happens, it's just harder and harder to justify like idly sitting by and watching it go wrong. The pressure builds to make a move, and the unfortunate reality for us in that situation is like as pressure builds for us to make a move, the less and less leverage we have. Teams will, just sit back, recognize the predicament we're in, and not really put compelling trade offers on the table unless they enter a bidding war with another team. And then at that point, again, like it's not us that's really in charge of saving us. it's kind of just hope, lucking out that or just like getting lucky that things work out. Malachi Flynn to the basket. 5-point game. Chris Boucher is on the court, matched up with Obi. Scotty Barnes and I think Jalen Smith are matched up. Scotty Barnes looked like a good take to the basket, just couldn't get the shot to fall. Halliburton, rare turnover, and then foul Scotty Barnes, who looked like he was dishing the ball down the court. I wonder if he found somebody in transition there. Because again, oh, yeah, that was going to be a wide open dunk for OG. That's a great foul by Halliburton. It's a great foul. Damn, Indy's really picking up full court. You don't need to play us that hard. You're going to win. It's all good. Just play your basketball. All right, yeah, Halliburton's backpedaling now. Scotty handoff to OG. Malachi in the corner. Corner three. Malachi, I think that's 2 threes in a row for him. 2-point game, 37-35. Timeout from Indy. Yeah, we were, I think, at our worst down by over double digits, and because of 2 back-to-back threes. It's a 5-point game. Sorry, a 2-point game. What am I saying? Yeah, Malachi Flynn. Oddly enough, if you look at how everybody's stocks have gone so far this year on the Raptors, obviously Scotty Barnes is the big stock up, but the next biggest improvement, and that's not saying it's a big improvement, it's just the next biggest, realistically, is probably Malachi Flynn, which says more about the lack of improvement from certain players than it does about Malachi Flynn. But that really is the reality that we're facing. But yeah, people, 4 people watching live right now, much appreciated. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate whether you're watching this live right now or on replay after the fact. If you appreciate the content that we give you here, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. 2 very important forms of engagement for the growth of a YouTube channel. But yeah, we're at a timeout that was forced by a run largely anchored by Malachi Flynn. During these stoppages in play, always nice to have the chat to go back and forth with. So feel free to get any thoughts and questions you might have in the live chat. And yeah. Let me look at what we have going on as far as stats go. Oddly enough, the stats look pretty similar. I mean, the score at this point is pretty similar. But yeah, we're hitting the boards better. Honestly, the main issue is turnovers at this point. We have 7, they have 3. And the points off turnovers, they have 9 more points off turnovers. So in a 2-point game, it shows you the significance of the turnovers themselves. Raptors picking up full court now. Initially off the inbounds, but then fading back. Looking to keep their foot on the gas and I guess keep some of the pressure they have going on Indy right now. OG picking up Tyrese Halliburton. Halliburton casually walks into a 3 that he gets to fall. Lead gets extended to 5. Yeah, OG was giving him that. I didn't think OG really. I don't think OG really respected that, but he hit it. Gary Trent responds with the three of his own. Good job of the Raptors transition defense getting back, because we have 4 guys back to the Pacers 2, and they were trying to push the pace there offensively. Chris Boucher guarding Mathurin. Barnes switched onto him. OG on Tyrese again. Oh shit. Tyrese did a little skyhook almost because he couldn't get around OG. He missed it. Yeah, the ball went out of bounds. I think it's Pacers ball. Bruce Brown, the big baller with the big contract, checks into the game. Obi Toppin spins into a bad shot. They will get bailed out by a foul call here, and now I think I don't know what that gesture is, and I don't know if that gesture is a tech, but yeah. Obi Toppin is shooting free throws. He's definitely bailed out there. I don't think that's a foul, and that is it was an ugly miss. It was a very ugly miss. But Darko is left to do nothing but watch in agony. OG steps into the 3, misses sorely. Gary Trent missing transitions cleaned up by OG. It's a 2-point game again. This seems to be the spot where we get stuck. It's been a 2-point game a couple times now, but this is usually where we can't get a stop. Tyrese goes the other way with a screen. Kick dumps it to Jalen Smith, who misses a 3. Malachi. Good kick out to Scotty, and the Raptors finally have a lead, 43-42. So you got Scotty on one side. Well, he's guarding Jalen Smith, who's their 5. So he's basically D'ing up the 5. And on the other end, I don't know who he's getting D'd up by, but I don't think it's Jalen Smith. I lied. It might be Jalen Smith. Scotty might be our 5 right now, technically. Great find in transition to find Boucher underneath the basket, who's going to go to the free throw line and hopefully extend our lead. Wow, of all the plays they showed for the replay, they showed the OG putback. I needed to see that 3 from Scotty. What the hell? Miles Turner checks into the game. The Lego collector. Halliburton checks out. All right, so I look at it like Halliburton-less minutes are happening. That's when we need to take advantage and really get something going. We're on a 7-0 scoring run in the last minute. TJ McConnell. I think it's McConnell, right? It's not O'Connell. Yeah, I think it's TJ McConnell. Ooh, Malachi. Malachi tried to thread the needle to a pass to Scotty where like the window was tiny and he just couldn't do it. So turnover has Indy going the other way. McConnell finds is that Buddy Hield? I don't know who number 7 is. I don't think number 7 is Buddy Hield. Actually, don't know who number 7 is on the Pacers, but he hit a three. Scotty attempts a three in response, but he misses. Tie game 45-45. 7 minutes to go. And McConnell finds a cutting Bruce Brown, and a quick 5-0 run erases the Raptors' first lead of the game in a matter of moments. And it is now a 3-point Pacers lead? 2-point Pacers lead. But yeah. So, like I said, it's just the Raptors in a weird place. Like, as much as we might have our moments in this game, I'm just still not having fun watching this team like that. Fitting that I've left this time to shine comment on the stream for this whole time, but is there an eject button for all of them? Important questions and relevant feelings. Let's see what the players are shooting. We got 4 for 9 for Siakam. Honestly, like, it's been a good shooting day as a whole. It's just generally been a good offensive day. We're shooting 57%. They're shooting 52%. Actually, both teams are shooting 50% from three. The baskets have been happening. It's just a matter of, like, can we keep pace with Indy? Because Indy has a little bit more. Look at me lying. They have a much better resume this year of scoring. So it feels like what they're doing is more sustainable for them than what we're doing is sustainable for us. Shooting 50% from three is like ridiculously good for a team like us. So you think we have a better chance of, or we have a worse chance of keeping this up? We'll see what happens in the second half. Of course, like when you get beat like you did yesterday, maybe the Raptors are going to care more about this game, and like, but we'll see. Did the Pacers play yesterday? What? The Pacers scored 157 yesterday? I did not see this. The Pacers played yesterday, scored 157. Halliburton had 37 and 16. Okay, I lied. Maybe they won't be able to keep it up just because they've done so much scoring in the last like 6 quarters of basketball. Maybe it might fall off for them too. They set a franchise record for points, 157 in regulation, 157 to 152. That's truly like jarring stuff right there to get both those numbers. Pirtle tries to find Siakam. That was a weird play there. Like how Siakam gets that held up from his spot. How there's no foul called there, like strange. But then he's able to fight through the contact and get there anyways. So there's that as well. A lot of basketball tonight. At halftime, we will have things to talk about, I suppose. Pascal Siakam in transition. Kickball on the Pacers. The game is stuck at 47-47. So it's not like the Pacers have like shown that they can pull away. We gradually worked the double-digit Pacers lead into a tie game, and at times a Raptors lead. Halliburton's off the court. It would be nice to get some points here. Schroeder with Buddy Hield on him. Schroeder gets to the post area, does a little turnaround jumper, gets it to fall, 49-47. But yeah, I can't wait. I think next week I'll start the series that I want to start. So we'll be doing live streams during Raptors games, but not necessarily about the games. Because again, the games just aren't good enough for that model of content. So this was fun. This was real. I enjoyed this while the games were good. But I'm not really gonna do watch alongs for games that don't move me like that. But you will get content still. We're just gonna make it more conversational, get some more talking points up, and have more like again like talk show kind of streams, as opposed to like just watching the game. Cause man, these games, even when they're decent, they're like 49, 49, 5 minutes to go. Siakam. Gets a typical Siakam look, can't get it to fall. Rebound goes off Obi Toppin's fingertips out of bounds. Dennis Schroeder. Pull up jumper. Gets it to fall. And we have a lead back, people. We have a lead 51-49. McConnell misses. Jakob didn't touch that, right? Oh man, if they give this ball to the Pacers, that's a hilarious thing to have happen. Holy shit, that's funny. Let's see this. Did he touch this? That's. I think Jakob thought Dennis was gonna get it. Dennis thought that Jakob must not have touched. Oh no, Dennis thought Jakob was gonna get it for a second time. Somehow Halliburton gets a technical free throw out of this. So that's about a disaster. That's about as disastrous of a defensive rebound situation as there could be. Literally, both players thought that the other player would go for it. The other team gets the ball, and they got a technical free throw out of it. Obi Toppin gets a easy layup at the rim. Yeah, this just watching our defense just be bad is the most discouraging part of watching the Raptors at this point. Everything we've poured into like this roster in terms of prioritizing defense, and it hasn't worked. And I think that's another thing to talk about when you have like the Masai Ujiri conversation is that like building a defense oriented team in an era of a sport where the rules are actively being changed to give the offensive side of the ball the advantage is just a poorly calculated like approach to things. And that's not to say that defense isn't important. It's just to say that like defense can't be your anchor. Scoring the basketball has to be your anchor. So we're caught in a really weird place as an organization. Buddy Hield kicks to somebody and he misses. Raptors going the other way. Pascal, turnaround jumper, 4-point lead, 3 minutes to go, or 3:32 to go. Jeez. Hield takes a tumble. Schroeder trips him up. 56, 54. ISO look for Pascal, the rare ISO possession in the Darko offense. OG gets a pick six, a deflection that goes the other way and results in an open, easy basket. What are Halliburton's numbers looking like? Because it's pretty clear that, oh shit, what a lob. What a lob from Tyrese to Obi. You got a passer like Tyrese with an athlete like Obi. Tyrese has 9 and 7, but Tyrese is inevitable, man. He is inevitable. Feels like it doesn't matter who you put on him. Like, he's getting the job done. Schroeder to the basket, bucket. Man, I feel like it's really important for us in this game that the Pacers can't defend. It's really important for us. Dang, why did Tyrese get that much space? Why did he get that much space? Scotty's got Buddy on him. That's a mismatch. We need to get the ball back into Scotty's hands. OG, you're looking the wrong way. Well, Siakam ends up with a wide open three as well. Gets to the fall. Oh my God, Indiana's defense is atrocious. I understand how they ended up in a 157 to 152 game last night, and like low key, they're probably going to end up in a 120-120 matchup today. Their defense stinks. This team is all about just like getting in shootouts and just trying to outgun you. Schroeder pull up three, gets it to fall. We have a 7-point lead all of a sudden. This happened very quickly and very randomly. Yeah, if you're tuning in, as mellow as that might sound, we have a 7-point lead. It's been a strange game. But I'm here for it. Honestly, I think the big thing for us in this game is just that Indiana will give you opportunities, right? I don't necessarily think the Raptors or any individual on the Raptors did something to just get us in a groove. I think Indiana just gave us enough opportunities and we just got the ball rolling eventually. Like the other team has to do their part to keep you in a bad place. And Indiana didn't. So we're very much back in this game, which is an understatement because we're up 7. But yeah, it's, again, probably one of our better shooting days. It was 50% when I checked the stats from 3 like 10 minutes ago. We're up to 58% now, 7 for 12. Again, when the Raptors shoot 58% from 3, you got to get this W. We're not going to shoot 58% from 3 very much this year. The times that we do, got to get a W. We got to get a notch in the win column. 7-point lead. How much time is this? 125 and a half. OG still got the Tyrese matchup. Scotty on Miles Turner. So Scotty's basically the 5, gets switched on to Tyrese. Then Pirtle gets switched on to Tyrese. And Tyrese takes that matchup. Sidestep jumper. I thought he kind of went easy on us there. He probably could have went to the basket. Scotty's got Buddy Hield on him again. I need to see Scotty take that Buddy Hield matchup. I feel like Buddy, he can score on Buddy Hield, man. Schroeder with the Miles Turner matchup does that turnaround jumper thing out of like a little spin that he just made about like 3 minutes ago from a much deeper post position. But from the free throw line, I don't know how much I love that shot. Buddy Hield sidestep 3 gets it to fall, 66-62. Scotty Barnes. Pirtle as a roller. Nice little slip screen. Not quite early enough to get the 2 for 1, but we'll take it. 6-point game, 68-72. 15 seconds to go. Bruce Brown dribbles the clock out, dumps it to Buddy Hield. Oh my God. Miles Turner, corner three at the buzzer. It falls. And Schroeder is pissed at somebody. So I think Pirtle got smoked by Buddy Hield, understandably. But what's it called? I think Scotty is the one who left Miles Turner to pick up Buddy, and that left Miles Turner wide open. Yeah, so Scotty just leaves Buddy entirely. Damn. Well, people, 68-65. Again, these teams are on pace to finish in the 130s. It will be a high-scoring affair. I'm going to take a little break here. I'll be back for the halftime part of the stream where ideally, if you guys have any thoughts or questions or any comments, whatever, you can get that in the chat. We can get a conversation going back and forth. If not, we're going to look at some of the stats and then look at some of the scores from elsewhere in the league. But that'll happen in a matter of moments for now. For now, I'm about to go take a break, just get some water, whatnot. So I will be back. See you guys in a minute. We're back, people. Yeah, that break was a little bit longer than I expected. But that being said, looking at the rest of the games around the league, you got Washington beating Charlotte, matchup of the two of the most unserious teams in the history of the NBA. Then you look at Nuggets Magic. Nuggets up 7. I think Jokic isn't playing. No, I lied. He is playing. Who's not playing then? Somebody's not playing. Oh yeah, Jamal Murray. Right, of course. I knew that. Jamal Murray's not playing. So you got Orlando bouncing back from a great performance against Toronto by hanging with the Nuggets. So it's an encouraging spot for them to be in. Hey man, shout out Abdul Kareem. What else we got? We got Milwaukee losing by 14 to Boston. So like, I don't think enough gets said. It gets said a little bit, but I don't think enough gets said of like just how like clear it is that Milwaukee isn't in Boston's tier yet. Like obviously they have the talent, but they really haven't figured it out. And like the clock is ticking. If you're Milwaukee, you kind of have to get things figured out before the playoffs. Like we've seen it. I think we've seen it happen enough where teams that are just concepts, like teams that are just ideas, but they haven't actually like figured themselves out in real life yet, they don't win championships. And obviously that's the like aspirations for the Bucks. The clock is ticking. You got to figure it out. If not, Boston's in a clear tier above you guys. 100%. No mercy of the Bucks. Boston is a team. Like Boston is, you understand what they are. They've played together for a long time. They have chemistry. They have an identity. They know what they're doing. Milwaukee has none of those things. They only have so much time to figure it out. Obviously for them, the trade market will probably be an avenue to get better. What else? Yeah, so the trade market is one thing. The buyout market's probably another thing. But again, just like it can only be so long before you look at it and just say, you know what? Boston's better than them, and Boston will probably beat them in the playoffs. You got Miami smacking Cleveland around. Miami's really bounced back. They really bounced back. Obviously, I think they started the season like, what did they start the season? 1-4, 0-4? But they're like 9-5 now. Easily could have beat the Bulls in that game that they lost. They just were tragic at the end of that game. You got Atlanta up 10 on Brooklyn. The game is back in Milwaukee. Indy hit a 3 like to start things out. The scoring continues. Raptors turn it over. Continuation of that theme. Bruce Brown going the other way. Miles Turner, pull up 3, misses. I say pull up 3 too much because you know what it is? Like, I don't associate necessarily pulling up for a shot as in like a pull up jumper in my head. Pulling up is just like I'm just pulling up to shoot like anytime. So I say it too much. That was not a pull up 3. He was just like pulling up from 3, but it was catch and shoot. Look, like if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. If it's confusing, I understand. As a Lakers fan, I'm jealous of the way the Celtics play. They play good defense, have good 3-point shooters. Yeah, they're built pretty fundamentally well. I think the biggest issue is just that there's actually not that much cohesion between like Tatum and Brown. I think if they had, let's say, 2 other players, so like a player the caliber of Tatum and then a player the caliber of Brown, but they made more sense together, easily like you'd have an easier time recognizing them as like a championship caliber team. But because their top 2 talents kind of sort of like do the same thing and like don't quite complement each other, you look at them and you see like, or you look at them and it's easier to be skeptical. So that's what it is with them. Tyrese deep three gets it to fall. He's okay. I feel like he's making a point in this game to show us that we can't give him any space. Obviously, everybody understands the danger of Tyrese Halliburton if he gets going downhill in terms of being able to find people, in terms of getting his own shot. And what he's really showing us today is that if you want to cope with that, or if your attempt to deal with that is sagging off me a little bit, I will hit this three all day. And I think he's hit like 3 of them in this game. 3 pretty deep threes. $72-71. Damn, Halliburton had Yaka, but he passed it up. Oh shit, but he got it back. Barbecue chicken alert. Barbecue chicken alert. Oh shit. Pirtle did well. Pirtle did well. Pirtle hung with Halliburton on the perimeter. Oh my god. We did not need to do that, Pascal. Pirtle has not Pirtle's not the player you make that pass to, I don't think. Fortunately, Indy's just as careless with the ball the other way. After a shocking start, now it's entertaining. It's just end-to-end scoring. Like, there's no defense being played. This is actually like, what's a good analogy? I don't know if I can come up with one. But it's just like, it's almost like basketball minus the fundamentals. It's like a pickup game. Schroeder gets a basket to fall. Bro, this game is ending in the 130s. This is ending in the 130s. 74-71. Siakam. Oh, geez. No look pass. Finds Miles Turner open underneath the basket. Easy dunk. 1 point lead for Toronto, 74-73. It's only been 2.5 minutes in the third, but it feels like there have been so many possessions. This game is actually happening at such a quick pace. Siakam to the basket. Some contact, can't get the shot to fall. Abdul Kareem said, shout out to Ahmed. Ahmed says Abdul Kareem is not serious ball. That's hilarious. Abdul Kareem, are you from Sarcasm City? Do you know who Ahmed is? Do you know the backstory and why this is such a funny comment? Because it's actually hilarious. But yeah, 76-75, bro. There's still like over 20 minutes of basketball left. There's going to be so many points in this game. Indiana, like, I wonder what the record is for points in a 2-day or in a back-to-back span. How many points? What's the record for points in back-to-back days? Because Indy scored 157 yesterday, and I feel like they're going to touch at least 130 today. At least 130. I feel like they could touch 140. Tyrese to the basket, gets the contact. Yo, he's actually passing the OG test to a degree that other players have not. He's doing really well with the OG test. It's funny too because like I don't think his form actually looks clean. It looks kind of weird, but it's hella effective, which is obviously all that matters. But like you don't see that and think, oh, this guy must be a bucket getter, but he kind of is. He kind of is. We got a timeout from Darko. Tyrese to shoot his second free throw on the other side of the timeout. But yeah. So having played just over half of this game, right? Because there's still over 20 minutes to go of a 48-minute game. I think we're almost on pace for 140. We're on pace in the high 130s. So we were, I mean, shit, we're up to like 54% from three now. Nah, it's crazy. This is a crazy game. Halliburton at the free throw line. Guys got 16 and 11. What did he have? 37 and 16 yesterday? And he's about to do these kind of numbers again? Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This guy's built different. Raptors stuck to a no-look lob from Scotty to Jakob Poeltl. Obviously doesn't work. Why are we trying things of that degree of difficulty down two? I don't understand. But whatever. I guess if it works, we'd get gassed. OG, step back, jumper, gets it to fall. Travel. Okay, we got the rare NBA travel call. Schroeder finds OG in the corner. Oh my God. Halliburton blocked the corner three. Oh, and then Miles Turner blocked Scotty at the basket. What the hell was that possession? Think about what we could have avoided if Schroeder just took that layup. Because I honestly think he should have just took the layup. Or like a little floater, like push shot. Maybe about 4 or 5 feet from the basket. And then Scotty almost turns it over. By hook or by crook, we end up with a corner three and it's an air ball. This has been a hilarious sequence of basketball here. It's been ugly, people. It's been ugly. Halliburton to the basket. Blocked by Siakam. We get a block of our own after watching Indy get two. Dennis Schroeder. Hand off to Scotty. Pull-up jumper. Misses. Buddy Hield to the basket. No rim protection there. 6-point lead for Indy. Indy has definitely come out since halftime. They got the quick three. They've been hot ever since. Pull-up jumper from Pascal. You got a miss. Pascal to the basket. Gets a call. He'll go to the free throw line. Bro, this game. I don't know how it managed to be such a bad vibe with all the scoring, but it is. Pascal hits his first free throw. So we got Gary Trent and Otto Porter checking in. What is this lineup? This is honestly one of the most traditional lineups I've seen from the Raptors in a while. You got a traditional 5-4-3-2 and 1. Miles Turner hits the 3. 5-point lead for Indy. The baskets continue. How many points did the Raptors give up yesterday? Siakam turnaround jumper. It falls. Oh, man. 126 yesterday. Guaranteed to give up 126 today. Gary Trent transition pull up. It's just that kind of a game. Like if you're Gary Trent, you got to look, just shoot it. Why? Because we need all the threes we can get. 87-87. Timeout Toronto. But yeah. This game has the feel of just like a crazy ending. That's what I'm thinking. Thinking we're gonna get a crazy ending from this. Cause like neither team is able to do much with anything more. Like they're not able to do much with like a 5-6 point lead. They end up just giving it back. So I don't think any team will just pull away in this game. And yeah, I just feel like in this kind of a game with us, like something crazy will happen at the end. Pacers will hit a crazy shot to get the win. We'll, I don't know, maybe turn it over in a weird situation. Maybe get robbed by the refs. You never know. Something will happen. But yeah, what does the schedule look like now? Cavs on Sunday at 7:30. I don't think so. Bulls Friday. That's cool. Suns Wednesday. That's cool. Yeah, bucket by Mathurin. The live in-game total is 260. So Vegas is calling for like, I mean, somebody to finish in the 120s, which is surprising. Schroeder gets to the free throw line. I'm surprised nobody's in the bonus yet. It feels like a lot of teams are getting to both these teams are getting to the free throw line easily. Like, let me see. I mean, maybe it just feels like that because of how much scoring there is, or maybe like certain calls. But only been 22 free throws in this game. Only been 22 free throws in this game. Schroeder for the tie. Ties it at 89. Damn, TJ McConnell getting the bucket. Siakam finishes. That's a lot of contact. The guy got fouled twice. Give him 2 free throws, man. He got fouled twice. It's crazy. Pascal Siakam playing through all kinds of contact. Man. Hate this for my guy, man. Hate this for my guy. Finally, we're in the bonus, and 92-91. These teams will probably both, they'll definitely touch the hundreds by the end of the third. Got Ben Mathurin getting to the free throw line. Probably. Neither team can defend, so it feels like every time somebody goes up 5 to 6 points, the other team pulls up, gets the lead back, and then they just keep trading places. But yeah, the Pacers might hand us an L. It's definitely possible. Mathurin misses a free throw. Scotty Barnes checks back in. 3:27 to go, 92-91. We're about to touch the hundreds. Really about to touch the hundreds. Hey, geez, that is crazy energy, my boy. That is crazy energy. Oh, that's wild. Malachi Flynn into the game. Oddly enough, when Malachi Flynn checked in the second quarter, he hit 2 threes, and honestly, like, that was the point where we were down 8, and it felt like the game was slipping away. And the minutes that he was there for, that's actually what kind of initiated the back and forth game at around like level footing. So it's 95-92. Yo, nah, it can't be TJ McConnell. Of course it is. 95-95. But yeah, shout out to the redirect from Sarcasm City. I see what's it called? Flawless sent the redirect. Shout out to Flawless as always, as Scotty Barnes misses a 3. For you guys trickling in here who maybe aren't familiar with what I do here, this is a Toronto-based basketball community. So we're watching Raptors versus Pacers right now. But generally you will see basketball content as a whole. Yo, TJ McConnell is cooking and hitting us with these. That's crazy. But yeah, shout out to everyone from Sarcasm City. I haven't been on Sarcasm City for like a good minute now. You can catch me on the NFL show on the Twitch at Sarcasm City. You can catch me sometimes during the NBA content or occasionally a Q&A. But this is my, again, basketball channel We talk basketball here. If you're a person at Sarcasm City that enjoys basketball, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around because we have a lot of good fun here. And if you're, not a fan of basketball, but you're mildly interested in the sport, feel free to subscribe here and watch basketball with us because you can always ask us about the games. And, we can kind of walk you through what's going on and, you can maybe start to get your footing with the sport. If you're not interested in basketball at all, man, just hit that like button and subscribe to the channel on your way out. I appreciate you dropping by. Shout out to all the last time viewers, as appreciated as the first time viewers. And but yeah, if you want to support the Sarcasm City ecosystem, man, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. With that being said, this is a great game for a neutral. There's no defense in this game. This is just baskets back and forth. 98-97. 2 minutes to go in the third. Thank you, Bruce Brown. Thank you, Bruce Brown, for turning the ball over. For as careless as we've been with the ball, all these indie turnovers are helping the cause. Lowry cooking the Cavs. Let me see what's going on. What's going on with Kyle Lowry? I see they're up 21. Shit, Lowry is 23 for 8 for 12 shooting. Oh man, Jordan Nwora buckets, man. We gotta see Jordan Nwora buckets. Thank God he missed. This guy did not. Oh my God, they bailed him out big time there. He did not know that he needed to pass the ball. He did so much dumb shit on that possession that he just stuck with it. He just stuck with it and persevered through it. And honestly, it was the wrong thing to do. But they're bailing him out with the foul call here. I hate that so much. At least they aren't in the bonus, and that's not free throws. At least that's not the case. Got a travel from Bruce Brown again. A much appreciated turnover. Let's go. We got Gary Trent free throws. What clock am I on? 5:60. Well, I'll let you know when the clock is running. But it's 5:68. Gary Trent just shot his first free throw. 99-97. But yeah, 23 points on 8 for 12 shooting. Hey, man, Kyle Lowry, random efficient games here and there. Looks like, yeah, you're leading scorer by far. Jimmy Butler with the dimes today. No turnovers from Kyle Lowry. Trent hit both his free throws, and somebody fell asleep in transition. Somebody fell asleep big time. Open dunk for, I think it was Jalen Smith the other way. That's disappointing to see. But yeah. So 1 point game, 100-99. So again, Indy will get a point before the end of this quarter, and both teams will have touched 100 in 3 quarters. So 41, 40, 39 for time to shine. Halliburton top 5. Point guards, players, what top 5 are we talking? Point guards, 100%. 100%, bro. He's unreal. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I watch a ton of Indiana basketball. Well, whenever I've seen him, I thought he's obviously very good at what he does. And now I'm seeing I watch Raptors games with a different closeness, right? Then I watch a random basketball game. So it's watching what he's doing right now. It's this guy's a serious player. Because you know what it is, for sure what's happening if he gets going downhill in terms of the threat to find people as a passer and the threat to score. So the Raptors are doing the smart thing of kind of not completely sagging off of him, but giving him a bit of space. And the way he's hit the threes, especially with a guy like OG on him, to hit the threes to kind of force OG to come up a little bit, make it easier to play downhill. But he's done so well. Yeah, Halliburton top 5 PGs, 100%, 100%. For what it's worth, though, right? They won't talk about it because he's not a small player, and this is like tends to be more of a conversation with small players. But he's an absolute disaster defensively, and it's okay because Trae Young is a disaster defensively too, right? And like a lot of guards tend to be like disastrous defensively, and he's no different. But like, it is what it is. Like the guy does pretty well. You see his metrics this year. He's got some insane stats to efficiency. I haven't seen the metrics, but I believe you. And just like an eye test definitely tells a story. But yeah. What a time it's been, man. What a time. We got 2 teams in the hundreds at the end of 3 quarters. Both these teams did some crazy numbers yesterday in different reasons. Raptors gave up 126. This team scored 157. Hella points are happening. So to keep me company during this crazy game, I got Nico joining.
I'm back.
What's going on? The curse has been lifted. You know what I'm saying? You're allowed to show up again.
How we doing, man?
Honestly, you know what it is? I feel like this game was a little bit shit when I first started watching. It's not been as bad in the second half. But
so I was driving home and I was listening to the game.
Yeah.
Bench is balling, right?
The bench?
The bench is doing all right from what I've heard.
You know what it is? Like, low-key, everybody's balling because, bro, here's the thing, right? We're shooting 56 from the field and 47 from 3. And I'm saying 47 from 3. Bro, it was like 55 at some point. We were shooting 55% from 3. So it's like, that's the thing. We're shooting the ball and, like, we're making our shots. Malachi is low-key, like, doing well, kind of, right?
Yeah, I saw he started out hot, I think, the second quarter, right?
We can't defend for shit. Yeah, he hit 2 threes to start the second or some shit like that.
All right. Oh, man. I mean, look, I don't know what's in the air in Indiana or what it is, but like every team that plays against them is just scoring heavy. I don't know if it's their defense. I don't know.
It's definitely the defense. You know what it is? Like they gave up 152 last night. They're probably gonna give up 130 today. Like I was thinking, I was like, is 280? That has to be like the record for most points given up in a back-to-back.
For real, like I don't think they have like any solid defenders like that, or like I feel like Miles Turner's maybe like the only elite guy they got right now.
And that's the thing, like the one guy isn't really gonna do enough. Like it's just like again, like you hear it more with guys like Trae Young, right?
Yeah.
But like, bro, Halliburton's actually so bad defensively, and again, it's fine because he does so much offensively. Like you take it, right? But you just have to like work around him and put different pieces around him. Like they got Buddy Hield, who literally has a negative wingspan. The guy has little alligator arms. Right? He's not doing shit on the perimeter defensively.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're just not that team.
Yeah, they just hot offensively, to be honest. I don't know why, Buddy Hield's not been he hasn't been doing good at all this season. I don't know why he decides to ball out against us. That's all I'm gonna say.
Always has to be somebody, bro. Always has to be. Shout out Doug McDermott for just randomly hooping against us every year. Bro, just as you say that, Buddy Hield hits another 3.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I'm seeing that right now. Damn. Look, bro, I can't wait for Masai to trade for Doug McDermott for another first rounder. Yes. Actually, I want to get your output. What do you think Masai's behavior is going to be this trade deadline?
Bro, it's not gonna do anything. I lied. Yeah, you know what it is? I feel like his hand's gonna be forced one way or another. I think this season will force his hand. But here's the thing, right? I look at it like if he wilds out and like has a big trade deadline, right? I wonder how he would look at it because on one hand, it makes everything you said about last trade deadline sound kind of stupid and like invalid, right?
Yeah.
On the other side, it might be the right thing to do. So it's almost like there's a loss being taken one way or another, and I just don't know how he'd look at it. And like I
Yeah.
was kind of talking about this earlier, where like I think a part of what we're experiencing is that Masai's never built a team from the ground up, and he's a guy doing a thing for the first time. And you're
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
true.
anytime somebody's doing something for the first time, they're bound to like basically learn the things that they don't understand through
Yeah.
experience. Like, cause like again, when he got the Denver job, right? A guy had first task was to trade Carmelo Anthony, and he
Mhm.
basically traded Carmelo Anthony for like a 56 win team, right? So it's
Yeah.
like that's not building from the bottom. That's like walking
Yeah,
into
it's
a
working with
workable,
some pieces. Yeah.
exactly, working with some pieces, walking into a workable position, and then doing a good job with it, right? Steps into Toronto. They have a weird ass team because of Colangelo. He
Mhm.
trades Rudy Gay. It turns into a 4 seed, right? He kind of just like goes from there. But basically, he's always stepped into workable situations and like just made the most of them. Which obviously is very good. He deserves credit for it. It's a
Of course.
skill and it's valuable. But like the guy has had no experience building from the bottom up, and I just think he's like honestly just like taking his lumps and learning his lessons.
Yeah, that's very true. I like to know what type of conversations they're having because I feel like there has to be some degree in worry of in Masai's part, even though he shows no worry at all every offseason. He's cool as a cat. But I feel like, maybe this trade deadline might show just how big is his level of worry. Because I don't know how long he's gonna keep up his nonchalantness. I know he always does it, but I wonder how urgent he truly is with this process.
So I think it's interesting what you said, right? Because he is not somebody who reflects worriedness, but like at the
Hmm.
same time, right? Look at um look at the fact that like basically I feel like his press conferences used to be like one big like show of like confidence and like
Absolutely.
I know what I'm doing. I have a vision. I'm sticking to it. I believe in it. We're going, right? I feel like
Hmm.
that's kind of faded. So I feel like you won't see worriedness in like the traditional way you see worriedness,
Absolutely.
but I feel like the lack of that is the sign that like, oh shit, Scotty put back with authority.
Oh, let's
Um,
see that.
Scotty highlights, bro. It is what it is. We're leaving with something, but
That's good.
we're leaving with
Matt,
something.
Matt Delvin sold it too.
100%. You have to. If somebody's still watching right now, you got to give them their money's worth.
Absolutely. Oh, Tyrese
Oh
airball. Thank
shit,
God.
Scotty's wilding. I love it. Oh,
Oh man,
bro.
that's
They
good.
gotta I don't care. I don't care. Once you see this, I'm gonna make the argument for why this should count as an assist.
That counts as an out in baseball. Come on, man.
Bro, it's a bounce
Damn.
pass. It's a bounce pass, bro. You just
Just
bounce it
bounced
off
it
a
off the
guy.
player's hand, bro.
Bro, you just bounced it off a guy. It's a bounce pass.
You know who I dearly miss, Alam? You
Who?
know who I dearly miss?
Who?
I miss Gary Trent Jr., man.
Oh, facts. Me too,
Like
man.
I just saw a tweet today of that like 6 game span where he scored 30 in all of them.
I,
Man.
I miss the old GTJ. Straight from the go GTJ.
Man, dropped it so man, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. But if this means we get him at a discount and he balls out next season, I mean, shit.
Nah, it's worthwhile if that happens. You gotta hope
Yeah.
it happens, man.
I mean, we do gotta think. Yeah, he's having this struggle, but I mean, at the same time, I sit back and think, dude's young as shit.
That is true.
Like, he's a very young guy. Like usually players enter their primes at like 28 to 32. So
That
I
that
don't know.
that is true. And like to look at it real quick, right? Hold on a second. Let me pull up these ages. Uh, the guy is as old as Marquise Noel and Javon Freeman Liberty.
There you go.
And
There
he's
you
a
go.
year older than Ron Harper and Christian Coloco. And he's
He's
two
a young
years older
dude.
than Scotty Barnes. The guy is
He's a
very much a
young
prospect,
dude.
right?
Of
He's
course.
a year younger than Malachi Flynn's. Like, think about it, right? If
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Raptors in order of age, and the guys between Flynn and Achua, who are like the biggest projects on the team.
Of course. Dude's way
So,
more polished too.
um, bro, the guy's a year younger than McDaniels, 2 years younger than OG. The guy's very much still a prospect. It's
Of
just tough
course.
because it's like because he was a young player in the NBA. Like the guy's into his third contract, so it just feels like he's been
He's been
around
there
for
a long
longer.
time. Yeah. For me,
And all, good.
like at least somewhat of an intangible too. He's got, man. He's a pro through and through. Like every interview, body language, all of that, like,
He's
at
mature.
least, yeah, he's a very mature player. So like, I don't know. I feel like seeing that attitude, seeing, every interview, seeing how he talks, seeing how he carries himself. That's a player you like to see, like even though he's struggling, you feel like he can get out of it just because I feel like he has the right attitude towards these problems. Like it's probably not
It
going to be the first time in his career that's happened. So
it makes you want to be more patient with him.
absolutely,
Makes you want
like
to be more patient with him. It's just like
when,
at the end of the day, like you got to get paid money, right? So it's just like we're gonna have to
absolutely.
figure out how to get a deal on that because, like, in terms of paying for production, I don't
He's
really
cheap
know
right now. He's cheap right now.
for real.
Oh, gee, that was ugly. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm very open to signing Gary Trent. Also, I've been hearing a lot of noise of some rumors about Levine. I don't know how to feel about that, man.
Oh, I did a trade machine thing during halftime of the last game
Oh,
I streamed, which was Detroit, and like what I figured was like the guy's contract was a lot bigger than I thought it was. I was not
oh yeah,
prepared to see
he's making 40 to 46, right?
like 4 years too, bro. So like
Mm-hmm.
3.5 years if you trade for him, but 3.5 years of that guy getting paid 40, and like considering all the other players we have to pay, I was looking at it. I was like, you can take the salary dump. Like basically
Absolutely.
Gary Trent, like literally the trade I put together was like Gary Trent and salary filler. So like
Yeah, like
Otto Porter,
Otto.
Thad
Okay,
Young, and
okay.
Garrett Temple. Get
See,
all the old guys, the rickety
yep.
guys, and Gary Trent, and that will take
See,
Zach Levine.
look, that price is something I'm willing to do. Now, the amount of picks that comes into the mix, because obviously Chicago's going to want a premium with whatever situation they got. That's where how questionable it becomes and how good Levine can become on a winning team. That's
Yeah.
just my worry if that comes to fruition, which I don't think it will, because with Masai, the biggest bet is against anything happening. To be honest, so
Yeah.
I don't know. For the right price, I mean, you could say this for any player, to be honest. But yeah, for the right price, Levine is a guy you could possibly get. I mean, he gels in really well with his team. He's a good shooter.
Yeah.
The defensive side, you know what? We can kind of sacrifice that. We can just put every good defender on this team around him.
It,
But sometimes one big thing that this team maybe needs from Levine is just shot creation in late game situations, especially. Like
yeah.
there's a lot of close games where I feel like when we need a closer, it's like, damn, there's nobody I really see that, like, damn, he's gonna make this shot. Not Pascal, not Scotty, because at least for Scotty, he's not there yet, uh in having that type of relentless confidence to make a shot like deep in the fourth quarter. Right? Like I'm talking about like, threes, jumpers like that in very short notice.
Yeah,
Cause the
basically those like ISO looks at the end of games.
Absolutely, because sometimes that's just the only option. It might be the best option if you have the right guy.
Yeah.
So I would understand why it would be done. I just, the economics of it are a little jumbled. $40 million
Bro,
is a lot of money.
$40 million, especially when we have to pay guys. So that's the thing. I was looking at it. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, if the plan is to pay Pascal, OG, and Scotty, right?
Yep,
Paying those guys and Levine means now the rest of your team is on a budget. Um,
absolutely.
so now it's like, well, I guess we're making a championship push with Levine, like in theory, because
Also,
like that's now the state you've entered, which is crazy.
yeah,
And then obviously like Yak would have to play and start. So it's like,
yep,
so Yak is your five, and you got those guys like the three forwards on the perimeter, Scotty, OG, Pascal, and then Levine as your guard. Like, you know what it is though? If I were to ever see them trade for Levine, what I would be happy about is that like, okay, Vision 6'9" is officially dead.
hmm
Because you
Also,
know
we
what
don't
it
got to
was?
worry about Gary's contract.
That's true. That's true. We don't have to think about that, right? But like when I saw we drafted Grady, I was like, okay, sick. Vision 6'9" is dead. And then they signed McDaniels, and I was like,
Oh,
fuck.
it's back.
We're
Man,
back. Nah, it's so funny. Like again, I was on a live stream. I went live when they signed Jaden McDaniels or whatever. I can't remember if it was Jalen or Jaden. My whole reaction in the moment was just like, bro, what is he gonna give us that we don't already have?
I know, right? Like, it's just an awkward situation, to
It's
be
just
honest.
awkward because like when we go away from our best players, I feel like you need someone to provide something different because like
Mm-hmm.
even if McDaniel's at his best, right? When we turn to him, it's like okay, we're getting a lesser of OG or lesser
Absolutely.
of this guy, or we're getting less of this guy. We just needed a different style, I feel.
I agree.
We're
I agree.
locked into that guy now. So like it is
Also,
what but he was the thing that scared me about Vision 6'9".
yeah, it's very understandable. Also, would MLC even consider getting into the tax for a team like that? You know,
Yeah, that's another thing to think about.
like they've become quite a cheap ownership, in my opinion. You know, they've made a lot of weird policies against the team, against
Yeah.
his favor, and you know, how confident would they be in a core of OG, Scotty, Pascal, Levine? Like how confident would they be? Me
You're
personally,
yeah.
I don't think they really would go into the tax for that type of squad, in my opinion.
Probably not. And just think about the panic that would set in if you made that trade and then like Levine gets hurt. Like, you know how
Hmm.
trash that team would be?
Now we have a white whale on the team. Like, wouldn't
Yup.
make any sense.
Yup. So if we were to make that trade, right, like I said it, so that would be our starting five. And then our bench would have what? Dennis,
Yep.
Grady.
I mean, with
De-
how Dennis is playing, we'd have him for a year because
yeah.
I don't know how long he'd be here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
I mean, even just like I'm assuming like this year, like the end of this year, Pacers got
Yeah.
a 5-point lead. People, little run from Indy out of the break.
Oof. Scotty should have. Man, I don't know how Scotty didn't get to that. Uh,
But
yeah,
yeah, like
I'm not
this year,
sure.
this year it would be Dennis, Grady, Boucher, Precious, bro. That
It's it's
stinks.
it's it's it's, it's, it's stinky, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Where are we at with Precious?
Where we at with Precious,
I kind of
man?
hate him.
You bro, you don't understand, bro. This whole week, every goddamn time he touches the floor, I'm like, he's about to do the most dumbest shit, and he does the stupidest play ever. Like he's just gonna look down to the floor, try to ram
Yeah,
somebody, and make a dumbass contested layup.
yeah.
Look, I feel like if Precious had any ounce of basketball IQ, he'd be such a good player, man. Let's be real, because when he doesn't make boneheaded plays and he's on his game, like he's a very viable threat. But that happens once in a blue moon. So to be Precious, I'm just glad he's not playing this game. Once Jack said he's out for the game, I was like, thank God, because he's just frustrating to watch at this point, to be honest.
Like here's the thing, right? Obviously, I understand that there are some like physical things, like just base traits that he has going for him, right? But imagine if I told you, Nico, there's this player, right? He's got no ball IQ, vision, or touch. Like where are we going from there?
That's true. He has no hands either. No
Like
hands. Another player who got no hands, but thank God he's not as atrocious. Pirtle, man. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I don't know what he rubs on his finger. He got to do the LeBron thing where he uses the talc powder, throws it up in the air because every time they pass him the ball, it just slips. I don't know.
yeah, bro. I remember watching him last year, and I don't know why, but I got the impression that he had good hands. Right now, I'm watching
Absolutely.
it this year, and I'm like, I don't think so.
Also, he's not playing how he used to in San Antonio because in San Antonio, he'd get the ball, he'd be like a pivot, like a CDM basically.
Yeah,
He'd
yeah,
scope
yeah.
around, just swing to the best Bible option, then set a screen, roll, fade, whatever you need for the
And
sequence.
that's what his role was supposed to be this year. And
Absolutely.
it feels like
He's not
basically,
doing it.
you know what I feel like? You know what happened though? I think Darko had an idea of how he wanted to play at the start of the year. And
Mhm.
then Pascal started struggling. And Darko
He's
was like, you know what?
compensating.
I need to get Pascal going because nothing is good if Pascal stays not like in a bad place, right? And like
Yeah, you're right.
you got Scotty, you got to get Scotty going because like he's the franchise. Ball's now in Pirtle's hands a lot. Like there's just not enough basketball. So I think basically Darko at some point realized for the sake of this team, I got to get Pascal going.
Yeah, you're right. To me though, like for example, like 98% of his plays usually like is just a screen and roll, and
Yeah.
he's we're basically using it as a screener at this point, because the shot blocking hasn't really been there. The rebounding has been less than desirable. Right now he's just a screener on the team, a slow screener at that. Like I was expecting, he's a tall guy. He has a solid frame. I'd expect at least for him to, stand in the nail. Then they can give him the ball as he did in San Antonio and like run plays for us, because he is a pretty good passer. I don't know. I hope Darko realizes it sooner than later that, he's underutilizing, or actually no, he's not underutilizing. He's not underutilizing him. He's just, I don't know. He's not administrating his minutes well.
Bro, they got my guy out here looking like the white baby Noguera, bro. I hate it here. I hate
For
it.
real, he's playing like no gator.
I
Like
hate it here, man.
we got him. Look at it. We got him sending screens with the point guard rolling
Right.
or like hovering in the trailer, and he's doing
Bad hands, bad hands.
bad hands.
Can get some dunks if you need him to.
Shot blocking. Like
Yeah, the shot blocking is inconsistent.
maybe a good dunk here and there, but that's it.
100%. Bro, he just needs some neck tats.
We literally have rookie Yak.
Oh, we put him in a time machine, man.
Absolutely.
Yo, Scotty, you're wilding. Like, this is twice now he's done it in this game where he's tried to he's treating Yak like bro, he's treating it like Yak like he's, I don't know. It's like fuck it, Yak's down there somewhere. Like he's gonna go up like God and just get the ball, come down.
To hit back to what we were just saying, he has no hands.
Like it's not gonna work, man. It's like it's not gonna happen, bro. We were down 7 in the third, and Scotty tried to do a no look lob to Pirtle, and I just like before I saw the outcome, I shook my head.
Yo, and imagine Scotty Barnes with a Clint Capella. Oh God,
bro. I'm like, does he think that's precious?
Absolutely. Get Scotty or Coloco on the floor, man.
100%, man. Where's Coloco, man? Hope he's good.
Look, Coloco might be looking like the last hope for this team.
100%, man. Oh, we got guys stepping out of bounds. We got guys stepping out of bounds in high leverage situations.
Oh, don't tell me that. Oh, Pascal. Damn, that reminds me of DeRozan in the playoffs.
Yeah, I just realized I missed a bunch of chats. Do you see similarities to Bosch and Barnes? Not really, but if you do, let me know. I'm curious. 26-16 for Halliburton, 100%. Could get 30-20 game. I'm assuming this is about Levine. What's the trade? I'll show you at the end. Precious is terrible. Facts. Lots of facts.
Horrible trade. Look, at the time, I wouldn't say it's necessarily horrible. Looking back, though, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that trade. But at the time, Jakob was playing at such a high level, I thought it wasn't even too crazy to give up a first.
So, my only thing is like, I thought the protections on the pick should have been better. I think if we had better protections, we can talk, right? But like, when I heard the justifications for what we did trade, which was a top 6 protected pick, was like, we got to see what this looks like with the center. I was like, no, I understand. That's dope. But like what it's going to look like is now something that lacks shooting. Because like, we need a center and we needed shooting. And like you poured a little bit too much into just one of the things, right? And like, let's say somehow they could have figured out the center position and shooting. So like, let's say somehow they got a shooter and Jakob Poeltl. Whatever, right? Trade your pick. Who cares? But bro, you're trading a valuable asset that's gonna tie up your first round picks for a good little bit. To trade for half of the solution.
It just, I don't know. Like,
and that has nothing to do with Poeltl, really. Like it just has more to do with the situation. Like Poeltl was cool, and honestly, I still like Poeltl, and I actually still think that like if you're a contending team, Jakob Poeltl would be an awesome center to have.
That is true,
especially for the money. Think about him playing around like great players. I actually think he could do a lot of good things.
Could be valuable. He just needs to be utilized right at this point, but he needs to sharpen his tools a little bit. Just hand-eye coordination in general.
Broadcast. Still to this day, I can't see him and not think about Fred VanVleet calling him Big Ugly.
Oh man.
Yo, greatest / harshest nickname.
That is true, Big Ugly. Look, man, I just again a lot, maybe not a lot, but a good amount of trades Messiah's pulled off. Did not look too crazy at the time, but man, like they have not aged well at all.
Yeah.
I feel like only good moves he's had is like a couple free agents and drafts. You know, like for example, shit. I mean, to be honest, you know what? The Schroeder deal wasn't even Masai's doing. That was all Darko right there.
Yeah, that was Darko opening up his like contacts and looking through like,
Hey,
ooh.
Dennis, I need a point guard.
Nah, he's like, yo, I need a point guard in half an hour. What can I come up with?
We were going for Gabe, but hey, come. Oh, Scott, you gotta make that, man. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna win this game, man.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it, but man, whatever.
I had a belief in the second quarter. I don't know about now.
I mean, like I have, yeah. I mean, when Malka hit the 2 threes, I had
Three.
belief. From that point onwards, I had belief. But bro, like there came a point in the third quarter where I was like, I just feel like this game's gonna have a stupid ending.
Mm-hmm.
Like one way or another, right? I just think this game's gonna have a really stupid ending.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like we're just gonna go down to free throws. We're gonna lose. Man, Halliburton is so good. New point god, by the way. I said it.
For real. For
New
real.
point god. He is so efficient at everything. It's incredible. Except defense, but what do you expect?
Bro, you know what it is? Like Halliburton looks like somebody playing 2K.
Right?
Like you know how when you like I used to play 2K a lot. I don't play it anymore, but like you can play 2K in a way where like yo, you're gonna be efficient. You're gonna shoot like
Mm-hmm.
a good amount of threes, good amount of shots at the basket. You're gonna make at a high rate, and you're just gonna do it consistently. Like he just looks like a 2K player. This shit does not look like real basketball.
Absolute confidence. Man, like it's. I'm not gonna say. Maybe it's looking to the point that hey, maybe Sacramento traded the wrong point guard. Just saying.
Yeah, they're gonna have to think about that, or like that's gonna be hanging
That's
over
gonna
their head
hurt.
for a long time.
That's gonna hurt if they don't. All right, if they don't capitalize massively off that Sabonis deal, which in all defense, Sabonis is a great player. Not so great in the playoffs, but he's
Oh,
been
I
a
was gonna
great
say the
player.
same thing. I was gonna say the same thing, bro. They what? That's the thing about like
Stars,
basketball in the
man.
playoffs is like kind of low key a different sport.
Absolutely. Here's what I was thinking too. Like going back to the Levine trade, what guarantees us he's gonna be a baller in the playoffs? You feel me?
That
Like
is true. That
he
is
hasn't
true.
been a he hasn't been a an exemplary player in the playoffs. So
Yeah, 100%. He just gave us buckets in the play-in, bro. That's not good enough.
absolutely.
Oh, gee, let's go,
Where would we be without OG, man? We'd
man.
be
Let's
we'd be in
go.
such a bad place without OG. God damn. Only only consistent shooter in this fucking team. I
For
never thought
real.
I'd say that
And
in
he's
life.
D'ing up Halliburton the other way. Nah, man, Dennis, bro, what are we doing, bro? Why is Buddy Hield doing this to us,
Bro, come on.
bro? This
Dude,
guy,
but Buddy Hield, he was not acting. This is the same as that Caruso game with the Bulls. Some fake ass performances, man. I'm sick. I'm sick. Oh,
yo, Dennis either has to make that or he has to get more contact to get the call.
that's true. That shot is so. I feel like that shot is like a dice roll always with him, to be honest, because he takes that shot a lot of times and.
Bro,
Like,
oh my God.
oh,
Buddy Hield put up a shot that made my heart stop. That would have been such a dirty way for this game to end. That would have been such a dirty way for this game to end, bro.
All right, let's see what we do here now.
Oh, bro. Nico, did you hear the good news?
Winning by 33, man. Cavs getting cooked. Ooh.
Lowry, bro. Last I checked, he had 23. The next highest player on his team at 10.
Oh my god! I think he had 15 in the first quarter.
Yo, it's a throwback Lowry game against Cleveland.
Vintage Lowry.
If y'all remember how Lowry used to play against Cleveland in the regular season, bro, forget the LeBronto times. The regular season.
I was there for one of the. I was there, bro. I think it was 2015 Drake night, man. I remember.
Wait, was that the day he hit the step back for the win when he got 39?
I don't know if it was that. It was a Drake night. That's all I remember.
Okay, that's fire though. That sounds fun.
Yeah, that was my first Raptors. Oh, it was like 2015, and man, actually, nah, it was a game where Luis Scola scored like 12 straight in the first quarter. It was hilarious.
Oh, okay, no, it's a different game, but also, bro, Luis Scola, funny guy.
I miss him, man.
Funny guy. Bro,
Funny player
I know
too.
this guy who hates Luis Scola with a passion, and it's not even like
Really?
justified or like the guy just hates him. He's like, bro, it's
Yeah,
just
he
his
just hates him.
face, his hair, his game.
It's like me with Drummond, but mine's pretty justified in my opinion.
The Bucks are only down 3 now.
Oh, you know what that means? You know what that means? The East is up for grabs. It's our time.
Nah, man, Pascal hit 2 free throws in the clutch, bro. Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
And I remember those times that like one of the top teams lost, and we're like, "Oh shit, we might get the first seed." Oh man, that was good times.
Those were good times, man. Those were good times.
He's like, "Oh
bro.
shit, the Cavs just lost, bro. It's time to win. We gotta win tonight."
Shit. Bro, how many points does Pascal have? Pascal has 36. Man, yeah, 36. Schroeder has 26. Nobody has. Oh, bro. Oh, never mind. Scotty has 16. Malachi has 14. Bro, where would we be without Malachi Flynn today?
Yo, Malachi, Nick Nurse sick. Nick Nurse is gonna vomit today. He's gonna have nightmares. He's gonna have to take an aspirin in the morning. Mm-hmm. Nicky Nurse. Man, the Pacers making our players look like he's making Malachi look like a viable player.
Bro, he's gonna be like, I left for Tyrese, but at what cost? But at what cost? But yeah, Pacers about to inbound this ball, man. 21 people watching live, man. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be out probably a little bit after this game. But the content is free, man. Pay your rent in the form of likes and subscriptions. Y'all know what the deal is. Ball gets inbounded to Halliburton, and the stress sets in.
God, he does have that energy to him, man. It's like Curry in the finals, dude. That shit was so stressful.
Oh yeah. Bro, in hindsight, I'm so grateful that I was like just naive and just like blindly optimistic. Cause bro, like I feel like if I was watching that now, I'd be stressed out.
Absolutely, bro.
Oh, I was saying this earlier, by the way. Tyrese is passing the OG test like very few people pass the OG test. Remember when he had Anthony Edwards in Guantanamo on opening night?
That was crazy. He shut down Jordan Poole twice. What else he shut down?
Yeah, remember I started calling him the lifeguard for shutting down Jordan Poole, bro?
Dude, Halliburton is piecing OG. I mean, he just did.
I've never seen OG get cooked like this since he was a rookie, and it was LeBronto.
Oh man,
I've never seen OG get cooked like this.
Man, rookie OG.
Bro, and that basket was like a 2-for-1, bro. That was like the most perfect possession.
I think we traumatized OG into becoming an elite defender, bro. It was like, never again is this shit happening to me.
Bro, the guy as a rookie hit that 3 in Cleveland. Big shot. And then LeBron said, nah, you're about to be a meme. LeBron said, you do know there's a Drake song with the lyric turn a 0-2 into a 0-3, dog. You know that song exists, right? God. Bang. Turns a 0-2 into a 0-3.
I remember that day. Nah, to me, the most memorable day wasn't even the championship, man. That was that DeRozan trade. That shit.
Oh, yo. Let me know if you remember this play.
Oh my God.
Yo, do you remember Valanciunas doing that against the Bucks a long
time
ago? A fake handoff, and then he dribbled slowly.
Bro, when we owned the Bucks,
yeah,
God damn.
Valanciunas took like 10 seconds with his slow ass. Yeah, got to the basket and dunked.
Scotty almost dropped the ball there too. Scotty's been dropping the ball a lot these games.
Bro, wait, hold up. That was a 2-for-1.
Yeah, it was an L1, bro. Thank you. I wouldn't have known if it weren't for Time to Shine, bro.
Bro, honestly, my audio's turned out. Shout out Time to Shine. Scotty makes the free throw. 2-point game. Indy has one timeout. They decide not to use it. They want to save it for that next possession, assuming they get one. No. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, don't tell me, bro. Don't tell me.
Nah, bro. Look at this. Look at this, considering what we're talking about, bro.
What?
Bro, he did the LeBron thing. He did the LeBron thing against Cleveland. That's the same.
I told you, bro. He's like, I'm not letting that shit happen to me ever again, bro.
Oh, we were just talking about it too. And
My
Tyrese
God.
tried the exact same thing.
Yo, that's crazy, actually. Look. I can't believe that just happened.
I can't believe it happened either.
Man.
How hard it would have been if he made that, bro. That would have hurt so
Tyrese
much.
should be smart enough. Oh my God, that free throw hurt. But Tyrese should be smart enough to know that shit's not gonna work again against OG.
Yeah, it's stamped as a moment in history.
Yo, Smith looks straight out of the 1970s with those glasses.
All right, so Scotty split his free throws, bro. You should have made the first one, missed the second, at least killed some time, or maybe get an offensive rebound.
Yo,
Scotty is upset with himself. Pascal gave him a little tummy rub.
Yo, Scotty sweats a lot. Look, his jersey is a shade darker than everybody else's.
Okay.
That dude is.
That's a sweaty monster right there.
Some water, man.
But yeah, we're up 3, 16 seconds to go. Indy, so we have a timeout. So if Indy scores here, assuming they don't do it at the buzzer, we'll have an opportunity to advance the ball. Nico, at what point in the game would you decide to foul the team intentionally? Think about the way they're making shots. Think about the way they're making shots.
I'm a very when I play like 2K or like any video, I'm very toxic, right? I'm fouling from the jump, son. Like we are going to a free throw battle. Schroeder's getting the ball. You already know.
Yeah.
Like you put in Schroeder, and you put in Gary Trent, right? You fouled the hell out of him into submission. You foul out. You know what? Put in Javon Liberty.
Oh,
put in Javon, bro. Foul him out. I don't care.
Chirac energy, bro. Just come in and be like, yo, flagrant
like
2.
This is how you win games. You have to. It's like in the NFL. You sometimes gotta punt and kick teams to submission.
Yes, 100%.
So if you gotta play toxic.
All right, so I'm with you. Yo, Malachi's in the game. He's only in here to foul people, right?
Fodder, it's fodder, dude. He's fodder. I'm telling you.
Hey, he fouled Buddy Hield. All right, safe. So Buddy Hield to the free throw line. We're about to play this free throw game with Indy. No, and like for the people watching, right? The main reason you do that is because Indy has no timeouts, right?
You can run the clock.
Actually, I lied. There was a foul to give, so now they're inbounding again. So let's see if we can deny the Buddy. We can't. Okay,
I'm getting our best.
Yet. What the hell?
What's going on?
Bro, this was dangerous. This is so random. What the hell just happened here? I'm so confused.
Oh my, that's not a foul. Is that a foul?
Here's the thing. I don't even give a fuck whether it's a foul or not. The fact that could have been an and one is crazy. Two,
that was a wide open layup, to be honest.
Yeah, the fact that it could have been an and one is crazy. 2, he's going to shoot these free throws. We're going to shoot free throws. And their next possession will be without a timeout, right? So, like, they're not in a good spot. But, like,
that was a weird way to play it out.
That was a really weird way to play it out. To give the foul initially and then to not foul again.
Rookie coaching mistakes. Okay, so.
Yo, rookie.
I look at it right now.
He's challenging right now, too. So this is our timeout used. There's no timeouts left in the game.
The way I look at it right now, play hot potato. Get your best shooters out there and play hot potato.
Oh, bro, they should reverse this. This is ridiculous. They should reverse this. That angle, the first angle they show on TV, shows how ridiculous it is.
Okay, so if they're basing it off OG's last touch, maybe, but that's kind of far-fetched.
Here's my thing, right? If they call this on OG,
ooh, that's a close one. That's a close one.
But bro, yeah, I mean, not that it matters, right? But if they're calling it on OG, that's so far before the shot. I feel like it's the contact on the body as he's driving, and not that it matters. They're in the bonus, right? So it's 2 free throws regardless. But like the fact that could have been an and one is crazy.
Nah, yeah, like I don't know. I think it's close because you know how the NBA be like they call a foul in half court, dude runs up, makes a layup, and it's an and one.
Yeah, that's true. The continuation is crazy.
I hate it here.
But yeah, these Pacers are so different than like it's unsuccessful. 2 free throws. Malachi's still on the court. I'm assuming Malachi's here to shoot free throws. Bro, confidence level. Malachi Flynn at the free throw line. Game on the line. What are you saying? I think he's frozen. He'll be back with us shortly, people. But yeah, 20 people locked in as Tyrese Halliburton shoots free throws. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Toronto Hoop Talk, we do lots of basketball content. It's a Toronto-based basketball community, so you're gonna get a lot of Raptors content, Team Canada content, and things of that sort. But we do basketball as a whole here, people. So if you're a basketball fan, make sure you support the community. Halliburton shooting his second free throw. Makes the second one is a 1-point game. So, mind you, when I called earlier that this game is going to have a stupid ending, I feel like the stage is set for that stupid ending. But let's see what happens. Raptors up 1, inbound to Scotty. Scotty scans the court. Oh, my God. Throws a jump ball to Gary Trent, who gets fouled. And I don't know how to feel about this because while under normal circumstances, I really trust Gary Trent as a free throw shooter, he's literally in the midst of a crazy shooting slump. And he's shooting he was shooting 40% from the free throw line on a small sample size, of course, but like 2 games ago, like that was his mark for the season. And Gary Trent misses the first free throw. So this is going to be stressful from this point onwards regardless. I don't know if Nico's back. It's just a black screen. I'll put him backstage till he figures that out. But Gary Trent with a chance to make it a 2-point game, and now I'm sure he feels a ton of stress on his shoulders. Gary Trent misses the second. 6 seconds to go. Halliburton. Oh my God. Oh my God. Buddy Hield took such a deep 3. Oh my God. Oh my God. Gary Trent. Bro. So that was quite the ending, people. Raptors win 132-131. To that guy that said, what's it called? I got you. 1 second. I got you. We're here. Let's go. Let's go. We did it. We made it out the trenches. We did it, Nico.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Bro, my power. See, here's the problem living in Puerto Rico. Power goes out a lot. And my power went out.
It happens, bro. Did you miss the ending of the game?
I heard you. I was listening to you, so we good.
Okay,
we good.
Bro.
Yeah.
So, bro, Halliburton made his free throws. Scotty gets the inbound pass. They don't pressure him at all, right? But they pressure his. I feel like because 2 defenders are in front of him, but they're like 5 feet away from him. So he just chucks the ball all the way down the court, which is stressful because now I'm thinking, oh my God, what if the guy doesn't catch it, right? Gary Trent catches it. Then I realized, oh, bro, it's Gary Trent. Remember, we were just talking about I missed the old Gary Trent. The old Gary Trent. You know what I'm saying? This is the new Gary Trent, right? Misses both free throws. So now I'm stressed. Halliburton drives up the court. It feels like they're giving him space. So I'm thinking he's going to take the deep pull-up because he's taking a bunch of deep pull-ups today.
Of course.
They've fallen, right? The guy passes it to Buddy Hield. I was like, shit, that's a good idea too. Buddy Hield pulls up from like 35. I'm not even joking. Like I could have been laying down between him and the 3-point line, right?
Oh my God.
And I'm thinking, I'm like, nah, this is the saddest way to go out.
Yeah, we're cooked.
I was like, this is the saddest way to go out. Rims out. Scotty gets the rebound. Game over.
Oh my God! Thank goodness.
Bro,
I'm so pissed, bro. I'm so pissed.
Yo, the power just needed to go out like 30 seconds later, man.
Bro, like could have gone out now, bro.
Just 30 seconds, man.
I'm in the zone. I'm like zoned into the game and like, doom. God damn.
Yo, that's so funny because I know what that sound is like.
Yeah, man. Like you can hear it all over the neighborhood too. It's like, damn, not this shit again.
Not this shit again in the big moment.
Yeah, man. Actually, the company who controls the power grids here is Canadian, bro. What's going on, yo?
Bro, they couldn't bless you during the Raptors game. What the hell?
Bro, like, not gonna lie, like our energy provider here, we hate them, bro. Not gonna lie, like. I love Canada, bro, but I hate Luma Energy. Like, they are bad. God. And they're hella expensive, too, for, like, 17 power outages a year. Nah, not even a year, like, every, 2 months.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro, it's bad. Like,
bro, let me know when their head office is, bro. I'm not going to say anything on stream, but we'll get something done.
Just going to send a strongly worded email.
100%, man.
Nah, man, but it's crazy here. So yeah, we do what we can.
But bro, it was crazy here too because the Raptors game was wild. Um, Bro, it was almost the stupid ending I felt like was gonna happen, but nonetheless, we got the win. As Time to Shy says, can't lie though, as much as the win is nice, the team just needs to keep losing. We're papering over the cracks.
Oof.
Sobering look into things, but I'll be real. I'm at a point where like, again, we have no present or future, like
There's
a
no
clear
passion.
defined
There's
one.
no vision.
So, bro, I may as well just like enjoy the moment. That was a cool little adrenaline rush for like 20 seconds. That was a good time. I'm gonna appreciate it for what it is.
Absolutely. But hey, winning heals all wounds.
Bro, you know what I'm
Let's
saying?
see how much more winning we can do.
100%. We're 7-7 now. We got games against Chicago.
We're 7-7?
Something. What's that?
We're 7-7.
7-8. 7-8.
Yeah, bro, I was about to say, but no way, we're 500. We're not that good.
Bro, we might be 500 on Friday if just as long as DR isn't there, we're good.
Who we got Friday?
The Bulls, bro.
I swear to God, if Caruso does some bullshit again, I'm gonna be so pissed. If
Bro,
Kobe White starts playing like Jordan, I'm gonna be pissed too.
It's a Bulls game, bro. We're gonna get Patrick Williams' breakout game. That's what's gonna happen.
Right, man. Patrick Williams, 38 points on 98%.
Nah, Patrick Williams is gonna get the same 51 Corey Brewer got. He's gonna get it the exact same way.
Bro, Corey Brewer had a 50 bomb. Oh my God.
Yeah. Patrick Williams is about to get the same 50 bomb, bro.
Just a plethora of uncontested, wide open layups.
Yup. He's gonna get the same 51.
Oh, let's hope we get that dub, get to 500.
Get that dub, get to 500. Tell Zach LaVine, bro, you can just stay in the city. You don't even have to go back with them bums. We can turn to Gary Trent, Otto Porter, and all these guys and be like, yo, you can just get in their plane. You know what I'm saying? Save us the expenses. Bro, we can do something like that.
I think Alam just Alam
Did I?
Yeah, bro.
Am I gone?
Oh.
Am I gone?
All right, now you're back.
Oh, I'm back? Okay, I was just gonna say, like, bro, like, we can just send a couple Raptors on the Bulls playing with them, tell LaVine to stay back.
For sure. Bro, look, the clubs are great in Toronto. We can go on a little scarf winning little scarf energy again. That winning streak back then we had in 2020 was amazing. We'll do it again.
We can what we can do is we can like show him highlights of the dunk contest.
Absolutely. Like
we can just be like, look, your
most iconic moment was here.
Yeah. The best work you've ever done in your life happened in Toronto.
Absolutely.
We can run that back. But speaking of running it back, people, we're gonna run this back on Friday most likely, or maybe not. I don't know. Sometimes that happens.
Oh,
but
Friday?
It was fun. It was real. What was that?
Friday. Yeah, Friday I won't be able to make it.
That's all good. It's all good. I think Sunday I won't be able to make it. Sunday they play somebody midday. Oh, they play the Cavs. But then the week after that, we got Nets and Suns on a Tuesday and Wednesday. So those days will probably work for me. But
yeah, I think I can make those.
Yeah, no Sunday, probably Friday in those games. So stay tuned, people. Subscribe to the channel. Pay attention to what's going on.
I don't know if y'all celebrate Thanksgiving in Canada, but happy Thanksgiving to anybody watching.
Yeah, any Americans, happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving for sure. Now we do Thanksgiving in October.
Oh, okay.
So we have to go to work while the football's happening tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Not fun. Not fun. But it is what it is, people.
Yeah, it's
we'll
just
be
the
back.
Lions, bro. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah. In fact, it's just the Packers and the Lions. But yeah, we'll be back. Stay tuned to the channel. Support the content. 19 people watching live right now. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. 2 very important forms of engagement for the growth of a YouTube channel. I hit 170 subscribers during this live stream. Make sure you get me to 171 so that if a hater unsubscribes, I'm not back in the trenches that is the 160s.
Get them to 200.
100%. Let's get to 200 and then we go from there. But yeah, we'll be back, people. Stay tuned. Peace.
Peace.